That's right, we're going to be profiling Roy Mustang, probably one of the most anticipated Union Arena decks for Full Metal Alchemist. So make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Full Metal Alchemist just touched down in UA, and this has been, I think, one of the most anticipated sets, and there's a couple of decks I wanted to cover. So we're going to be covering Roy Mustang to start for you, or the Hawkeye combination blue deck. So we are also playing on our JM mats mat. You guys should definitely check them out. I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check out these awesome mats. So we are playing 4 basic Roy Mustang, 1500. Its trigger is it adds to your hand from the life area, which actually is pretty decent for what you need to be seeing, because you need your raid targets in order to raid up and get some advantage. Now, we are playing triple copies of Hawkeye here. This one is going to be added to your hand when it's triggered out, and it's also another basic vanilla, but you need, once again, Hawkeyes in order to do the thing. Now this card is really, really good. So your trigger is, it draws a card, which is amazing, but this also, when played, lets you draw one and then discard one from your hand. So this further allows you to dig into the deck. These level zeros are usually some of the most important pieces that you can have in your decks. Now, we have 4 copies of the level 1 Hawkeye here. Now, this is also going to have a trigger to draw a card, and this is going to look at the top 2 cards of your deck and place any number of them on top of your deck in any order, and then place the remaining on the bottom of the deck in any order. So this is going to help you basically stack up your deck to know if you need to dig a little bit further into the deck to maybe find a resource, to know, all right, I'm going to find a Hawkeye here, so I'm going to be able to, set up for the raids and make sure that I can do what I need to do. Now, we have, we have Mustangs here for you. Now, I gotta say, these Mustangs absolutely look amazing. So this has Nullify Impact, and if I have no cards in my hand, he ends up getting 1,000 power. Now, I want to be very clear with you here. I don't really think you're ever going to get the full benefit of this. Or at least I'm hoping that it doesn't come down to that, but you care about this having the Nullify Impact because it basically ensures that we'll be able to, punish the opponent really, really well for when they're trying to, go for a game. This is the sickest Roy art in the deck. So this Roy is, when played, choose up to one character 1,500 or more power in your opponent's front line. It loses 1,000 until the end of the turn. When we're doing the snapping action, yeah, this Roy is the one that is supposed to be powering down the opponent's stuff, giving you an opportunity to swing. And also comes in at a 3K, which is actually pretty massive for what we want to be seeing here. Now, we do have a companion Hawkeye for this. So if Roy Mustang is on my field, this turns into a free draw 1, which actually it's not too bad for the 2 energy generation that you're going to be getting off of this. A free draw 1, a free extra assist for power up, I don't think is necessarily a bad call whatsoever. All right, now this is going to be a fan favorite. Yeah, we had to call Hughes up on the phone because Hughes was going to be really sad. I know, these were our box hits. Really, really sad day. So Hughes here is our color trigger that chews up to a character with 3,500 or less BP on your opponent's front line and return to the end. And then we can place a card from your hand in the sideline to have it gain 1,000. And if there's 2 or less cards in your hand, you can draw a card. Resource generation, extra energy, by the way, which is really, really good. And he actually ends up being our color trigger for the bounce ability for this deck. Actually is not too terrible for what, we kind of got going on here. Now, we do have 2 other Roys. This Roy is also really, really sick, though I think this should have had the snapping art. So if you have 2 or less cards in your hand, this character gains 1,000. If you have no cards in your hand, draw up to 1 card. And then this is going to be your standing trigger as well. But this thing, for a 4-drop gets really, really big, and I actually really like that. Having the extra value that Roy is supposed to give you is really, really good. Now, we do get to play 2 Armstrongs. I think that this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Also, by the way, these and the other Roys are from the starter deck for people that were probably like, wait, what? Where did these cards come from? So there's like a +1 pack within the deck that you get in order to get these resources. And this guy just has damage too. He's just going to be a big extra attacker, and he's able to put that extra pressure on your opponent. Now, where are our boss monsters? Well, right here. So this is going to be Hawkeye. This is going to be our first big boss monster for us. So when played, choose a character with 1,500 or more on your opponent's front line. It loses 1,000 till the end of the turn. Then we look at the top 4 cards of your deck, place up to 1 of them on the top of the deck, and place the remaining on the bottom of the deck. And if this is on the front line, choose up to 1 character with 1,500 or more, a BP on your opponent's line, and it loses 1,000 attack till the end of the turn. And of course, we do have the raid trigger on it, but you get a top 4 stack for this, so you can kind of set up what's coming in the future. If only Hughes could have seen what was coming in the future, and so forth. So not too bad. Now, who is our big baddie here? This is the guy that is the reason why you're playing this deck. This is the big Mustang. So if you have no cards in your hand, this gains impact 1. When played, you draw 1. And then we can place any number of cards from your hand to the sideline and choose a character with 1,000 or less BP on your opponent's front line and side it, or sideline it, for each card placed with his hand's ability at 1,000 BP. And then you may choose with this ability. If you sideline a character with this ability, you may place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. If you do, the character gets placed into the removal area instead. So you basically start snapping away. You remember the infamous scene where we're taking down the sins. Yeah, I remember. That's actually a very good reproduction of what he's capable of doing, and I quite like that a lot. And then we have our removal card here, which is the Flame Alchemist himself. He's just a 3k removal, but then if we have Roy, we can do a 5,000 instead, and it's going to be a specific spot removal blow-up trigger as well. And then we have your State Alchemist, which is going to be your AP restander here, which is really funny. Edward Elric is on this, but you get the ability to restand your AP so that you can basically spin back around and put pressure on your opponent. This deck, I think, is one of the funner ones that came out in this set, especially if you're a huge fan of Roy and so forth. So please, I hope you guys enjoyed this Union Arena deck profile. I'll try to do some more, but leave a comment down below and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.